got a lot of stuff to plant and don't have a lot of time to do it. So let's get after it. This is a little starter rhubarb root that I got from a garden company. Now what I've done is I've dug a hole here, and then I filled the hole with composted manure. Now the reason you do that is because that rhubarb is going to be in that spot for a few years. Rhubarb's kind of a heavy feeder. So all you got to do, I hope, is you put it in and you get it about an inch down from the surface and just cover it up. And then I'll mulch it in later. Now that should come up and it'll probably be there for 5 or 6 years until the time that it gets to crowding itself out, and then you have to re-dig it up and separate it and cut it down, and then you have 3 or 4 more rhubarb plants. Okay, we need to plant some potatoes. Now let me show you how I do this, because I do it different than a lot of people do. All I do is I take the seed potato, set it right down in last year's mulch, and get it down close to the surface. And then we take brand new mulch, and give it a nice layer on the outside. Now, I pulled up my drip lines right here and laid them on top of what's left of last year's grass and leaves. So I'm putting the mulch over top of it now, so they'll be able to, they're not wetting the mulch, they're actually feeding the plant, watering the plant. Now, what happens when you do this, they'll come up a little bit late, but they'll grow just like any other potato grows. And when you're ready to harvest, you just get under the straw, pick them right off the top of the ground, because the potatoes will stay right on top of the ground, and the roots will just go down. And the cute part about this is if you're, say you're picking green beans, because green beans are ready. Well, I want a couple of new potatoes. I can actually dig around under the mulch and steal 3 or 4 new potatoes without killing the plant. So it's kind of fun. It's a different way of doing it. Give it a shot if you want to try it. I want to show you this soil because this is just amazing. I'm shocked myself. That's just how it is. I didn't break it up before I'd showed you, before I taped it. This garden started out, I was doing a mitt lighter method. And with the mitt lighter method, you didn't use soil in your beds. You used a mixture of sawdust and of sand. Now this is asparagus roots, and I'm doing just basically the same thing I did with the rhubarb. I'm just covering it with composted manure because it's the same kind of deal. But anyway, this soil was all sawdust at one point, and I tried the mitt lighter method, and it's not bad. I found I didn't like it, but it was not for me. But I don't think it's by any means a bad method. So last year what I did is I bought topsoil, and I mixed the topsoil in with all that, and then top dressed it with soil and planted my garden. Had to use a little fertilizer because it was pretty, it needed it. And as sawdust or wood chips break down, they take nitrogen. So you have to add a little Miracle Grow or something like this. But anyway, by this year now, that stuff has all broken down, and it's just beautiful and fun to work with. Okay, and I apologize. The reason that I don't have the time today to do as many things and take as much time to talk is because I had all this stuff come in the mail. The rhubarb, the asparagus, and it's of course all got to be planted right now. I had some raspberry bushes, they showed up. And it's all got to be planted quickly. And of course work decided that they needed us to work on Saturday. So here I am. I had to get up early today, and I'm hurriedly trying to get this stuff put in because I've got to take another nap and I've got to get to work again tonight. Up. One more thing.